Yo, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? ReVoN here, and welcome to the first daily UI challenge. A quick introduction for the people who don't know what daily UI is. Daily UI is a website where you can sign in, and if you put your email address in there, then you will get an email every day for the next 100 days, and each email contains a design challenge. You don't have to do a design challenge every day. You can do it in your own pace. You can do one design in a week or twice a week or once a month, whatever you want, but it's a really cool and fun way to practice your user interface designs and get better at it. The first challenge is to make a sign up screen. I already kind of figured out what I want to do. When I was a kid, when I was younger, I used to play a game called Killzone a lot. So we're gonna make a sign up screen for a Killzone app. I'm using an iPhone X mockup. I will put the link to the mockup in the description below, so you can use the same one. I like this one. This is a really cool one. And everything I use and do, I will put it in the description below. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so I got the images I want to use in the folder over here, the background and the logo, and we're gonna put it over here. And a cool thing about this mockup is that it has a folder called screen right over here, and everything you put in that folder will get applied to the mask, which is the screen. As you can see right here, it's already in the screen. So that's really easy and useful. What I don't like about this image is the way it's facing. The guy is looking to the left, and I want him to look to the right, because the right way is always the way of going forward and proceeding. So we're gonna flip him, and this is better. I'm gonna put him somewhere in the center over here, and that's done. So we're gonna get a logo in there as well, so we got all the images we are going to need. It says Killzone 3, but with a mask, we're gonna get rid of the 3, like that. And we're gonna put that in the same folder. The background is pretty light, so we're gonna change that and make it a little bit darker. And we're gonna do that by applying a mask or applying a shape on top of it with a dark color. Like that. And then we're gonna lower the opacity, and as you can see, it's a little bit darker now. So everything we put on top of it in a bright color will pop out more. The logo pops out a little bit too much, so we're gonna lower that a little bit. And here we go. So the next step we're gonna do is we're gonna figure out, because when someone wants to sign up for something, he needs to give some information. In this case, what we're gonna do, the user will needs to put in a username, a password, and an email address for verification and to recover the password. So we're gonna do that. I'm a big fan of icons, and I got this icon set from Streamline, also in the description below. Not the file itself, because I can't share this one, but you can buy the icon set for yourself if you want to have it as well. So we're gonna get this one in there. It's too bad it's black, but we're gonna change that to white, because the background is pretty dark, so we're gonna put white colors on top of it. I've also checked out what the font is that Killzone is using, and it is Clavica or Clavica. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, so we're going to use the same font, Clavica Regular. So that's the one we're going to use. There we go. If you see the question mark, the keystrokes I'm using, or the keys I'm using, are seen in the top, in the bottom left. If you see a question mark, then I'm using the arrows. So I'm now using the shift plus the right arrow key, and it says a question mark for some reason. It doesn't get that, so you know. So we already got this one, and what I like is I want to have a line underneath it to separate one input field from the other. And we're gonna put that one. As you can see, it now has squared edges. I don't want that. I want it to be round edges, so we're gonna give it round edges. As you can see, it does look a lot cleaner, in my opinion. So there we go. Yes, that is good. A really cool thing about Sketch, the program I'm using, is you can work in symbols. And symbols is a really useful way to pace up your workflow, to work faster, work better and more consistent. If you don't know what symbols is, I will post another video about symbols on my channel. It's not there yet, but I will make a tutorial of how to use symbols in Sketch. So if you are curious what symbols are and how to work with them, just keep checking my channel and it will be there shortly. So how does it work? We're gonna select these three things, which is an input field. I'm gonna call it username, and we're gonna press create a symbol. I'm gonna call it input. If you go to symbols, you can see over here, this is the symbol, but because it has a white background, you don't see that well, and now you do. We're also going to use the icon as a symbol, so it's like symbolception. It's a symbol inside a symbol, and it will be clear in a second why we're going to do this. So icon username, and that's the one over here. To make you show it, I will make it dark as well, and here we go. We're gonna change the opacity of this to around 80%. As you can see, it's a little bit dark, and we're gonna change this opacity also to 80%. There we go. So what is the use of symbols? If we're gonna duplicate that, and just by holding the option key and just dragging it down, you have a duplicate, and you can just change this one to, for example, password. And if you recreate another symbol with a password icon, then it's already figured out. So we're gonna go back to our icon set and see which one we want to use for the password, and we're gonna use that one. And then we want another one because we also want our user to type in an email address. So email, and we're gonna change this one to password. So we're gonna find one for the email address, and I already know which one I want to use. I want to use that one because it also has a circle around it. I'm gonna change the color to white. I'm going to change this color to white. Downside of the password icon is it doesn't have a circle around it, so we're going to change that. We're going to change the width and the height a little bit. We're going to change this to 15, 11. One smaller, 14. We're gonna get the circle from this one and put it on top of that one. Why does it do that? I don't want that. Alright, here we go. So the point of the symbol is, if we can just change the symbol of the username to password. And here we go. Done. And then we're gonna do the same thing with the email address. Email address. I hope I spelled it correctly. And then we can just change the icon to the email address. And an upside of working with symbols is, so for example, if I want to say, I want to change the font to, let's say, Arial, then the font is changed with all the symbols all at once. So if you have like a really big document with a lot of the same thing. So for example, a menu or input field, if you change the symbol, it will change every single one of them which you applied the symbol to. So we're going to go back to Clevercar, and here we go. Still in the center. Yes. So now we already got the input fields done. So the next step, what we're going to do is we want to have a button over here which says create account. So we're going to create a button. We're going to put everything to white, and we're going to change that 4 in the center. Now it is. %. I'm going to put this to 80%. And here's our button. We're going to put the text in there from create account to 1824. It's too big. Let's just put it back to 18. Make it a little bit smaller. Put it in a grip. Call it button. Put it up a little bit. And here we go. So now we already also have the button ready. Go. So the next step what we're gonna do is on top of here we're gonna make a toggle between signing up and signing in. So for example, if someone already has an account, sign in, and you're gonna put it all on caps. And put it on 24. And then we also have here sign up. So people can toggle between signing up and signing in. We're also gonna use the same style we used below, so with the lines. So we're gonna make a white line between them, 2 pixels, and round edges. How are we gonna figure out or communicate to our user which one is active and which not? We're gonna play with the opacity. So we're gonna put the sign up one to 80%. I'm gonna put the sign in one to 30%. No, a little bit higher, 50. I think this is good. And to make it even more clear for the user, we're gonna also put a line underneath it. So 2 round edges. Here we go. I think this is okay. Make it nice in the middle, and we're gonna put everything in a group and center it. Here we go. So now when, for example, if someone chooses to press on sign in, then this thing over here will turn to the left, and this one will be more brighter, and this one will be a little bit more transparent. I don't think we've changed this one. No, we're gonna put this to 80% also, and we're already pretty much done. The only thing which I do want to include, which I think is really nice, is a little bit of a text underneath it, which says that you agree with their terms and conditions. So we're gonna do that. So by selecting create account, you agree with our terms and conditions. And people can click on it, so we're gonna put a decoration on it, underline, and here we go. put it in the center. And that's pretty much already our entire design for a sign off screen ready. We need the iPhone X things still in there. I think it's in the sketch included. If you go to insert, you also have the iOS UI design. I'm not sure if I downloaded them separately. If so, you can just find them online if you don't have it. And you can have the iPhone X, and you have like the home indicator. So we're gonna put that on there. There we go. Nice. Put it on the button. Here we go. Change the opacity from this one to 80%, like we did with everything else. And of course, we need the status bar on top of it, and that's also in the iOS UI design thingies. Status bar white. Center. Here we go. And this is the first challenge of the daily UI. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave it a like. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section below. And yeah, I will hope to see you next time. Cheers. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like. If not, refresh it, give it another chance. Got questions? Just ask them in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video.